Back with another video for you today. Are we back with another video?
Back.
How back are we?
I'm so excited about this video. I'm trying to contain myself right now. We're talking about one of my favorite subjects today.
You are excited about this video?
So excited.
What we're talking about is vintage fragrances. Vintage as in from the 80s and 90s.
Apparently it's vintage if it's 20 years old. So technically, now that we're in 2020, anything from, yeah, I mean, I guess
these are definitely early 90s and late 80s. So
vintage, meaning no longer available and built with a different set of rules, like constructed with a different, yeah, right, than fragrances today for a different palette. People were expecting different smells back then, so
yeah. So recently I was in San Diego and I accidentally stumbled into a store that had a ton of vintage fragrances. Men's on one side, women's on the other. I grabbed 6 fragrances and we're going to talk about those vintage fragrances. So if you want to find out about men's vintage fragrances from the designers, of course, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time tuning into the channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, and hearing about vintage fragrances and still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So thank you for coming by.
You saved this one for me.
I saved it for you because I know you like your vintage fragrances.
You know what, we've talked briefly here and there about some older bottles from like the 60s, 70s, but today we're talking about some gems from the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
And did you just like wander in? What happened?
I was in San Diego on a trip and I said, San Diego is not known for fragrances. I'm not buying anything there. I just went for relaxation. And accidentally on the last night I stumbled into a store at some little new village or something, Seaport Village mall. It's not really a mall, it was like a small setup of stores, and right as I entered in, right on the right side there was a perfume shop, and I thought, okay, this is probably like a designer or Perfumania kind of a store, and I walked in, it was nothing but vintage perfumes. I was like looking at that one and that one and that one and that one. I'm like, I probably would have walked out with 20 bottles from there, but I spent $650 almost with these fragrances, and I thought, you know what, I better stop. I better stop because I love these fragrances so much.
He like
I wore them.
blew up my phone. Like all of a sudden, like you know how you sometimes you look away from your phone for a second. It was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And so
well, first of all, he was going to charge me $800. I asked him. I swear to God, I said, please give me a discount because I'm not going to buy these if you're not going to discount me. So I'm going to put the name of the store because he doesn't really have a social following, and I forgot his name. I think he's Indian, from India. So I will put all the information there. If you're in the San Diego area and you like vintage fragrances, you should definitely visit because I smelled all of these and I knew they were authentic. They smelled very good. Nothing smells bad, like it hasn't gone bad. And like I said, I was also going to buy a ton of them, but I can't afford to shell out that much money. 20 bottles would have probably cost me $3,000. But
the bottles themselves are exciting. The shapes, the designs, the...
Anyway, shall we tell them about the fragrances?
No, I think we should just keep talking about other things and let them just suffer.
Really?
No.
I'm going to do this by heart. I didn't do any research on notes or anything. I know some of them and what they are, and I'm also going to try and see if I give you the oldest one in the collection up to the newest one in the collection. So we're going to start out with the first one in the collection, and it's from the house of KARL Lagerfeld, KL. So this is one of his fragrances, and I think this one came out in 1986. I wore a bottle in the late 80s, loved it. It's a very orangey amber fragrance. So this one cost me about $120, and it's in perfect condition, as you can see right there. And what are your thoughts about this one?
I love how the bottle looks like. If any of you are into the whiskey spirit culture, it looks like an old kind of glass set of like short, heavy glassware from like a Don Draper kind of a bar. And this one has like an orange that's like, it's not like furniture polish, but it's like just a little like, it's a clean, kind of almost syrupy but not syrupy, And you said there was amber as well, right?
Yeah, it's a very orangey amber, and this is one of my favorites back in the late 80s. There's some like oak mossy things in there as well.
Oh, it's fizzy and fresh and
spicy, woody, but lots of amber and lots of orange because the orange is pretty it pops a lot.
It's not a weakling, but it's probably you could do that during the day.
Oh yeah.
It's got a very office kind of a feel, but not like an office now with cubicles and like it's got a very like working girl kind of office environment, I think.
Really?
And don't you think so? With
Melanie
like,
Griffith?
Not that she'd be wearing it, but that somebody in her
Sigourney
office.
Weaver?
Dolly?
Who?
Wasn't Dolly Parton in that?
Well, that's 9 to 5.
9 to 5. I always confuse those movies. You're right. 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Yes. Oh, what a way to make a living.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice.
You know what? I can see my eyes through this.
You can see your eyes through it, or you can see through it with your a reflection.
Anyway, that's KARL. This is one of the great Karl Lagerfeld releases. This was discontinued, but his fragrances, Photo, I think it was Photo. I don't remember the names right now. Were they stayed on, but I think this didn't do very well, so it was discontinued. But I'm glad to have it. I really love this one. Moving on, so I think the oldest one in this collection that I bought is the KARL Homme. The next one, the next one is not that one. The next one would have to be this one, Balenciaga.
And this is my favorite. This is my favorite.
Why is this one your favorite? I'm gonna let you open it because I'm bleeding right now.
I don't know how you did that, but when I got here, we kind of descended on his vintage haul like a horde of crazy people and smelled through all of them. And this is the one that is just like this patchouli bomb. It's magical, and the stuff coming out from Balenciaga now is not
like this
intensity. Oh my gosh, it's just this fizzy, elegant.
There is some animalic undertones because I'm wearing it here.
This is lovely.
Smoky. There's some smoky. I think there's a lot of labdanum in here. It's very, very smoky but ambery with lots of patchouli. I love it.
But it's aldehydic as well. Like
do you get aldehydes?
Don't you get that sparkliness?
There must be some fizziness in there, yeah. It hits the nose up there.
But it's just sort of like, it's nice. It's classic.
If you ever go to San Diego.
Oh, fret not. I will find my way to this little treasure trove of yours. Like, you probably shouldn't have told the entire internet where to find it, or there won't be anything left for me.
Oh, shoot. All right, amazing. So that one's the Balenciaga Pour Homme, an amazing fragrance that I had worn back in the day. And to find it in this condition is amazing.
Well, and it's sort of it's not a young man's fragrance.
No.
But it's kind of, if you were wearing it back in the day, I mean...
It was a young man's fragrance back then. Nowadays, I don't think young men would be drawn to a fragrance like that.
No, this is like a crisp white ironed shirt with maybe, a silver at the temples.
I see.
Yeah, it's rad. It's great.
Now, the next one I picked up is, I'm doing these in order of when they were launched, and I believe this one came out next. It's Gianni Versace's VERSACE, and I think recently somebody in the comments mentioned this fragrance to me, and if you are watching, hey, look, guess what I bought.
It's so good.
This is when Versace made great fragrances. This is when they made great fragrances.
What are you not saying?
This is, I think it's an aromatic fougere of some kind.
It's sort of citrusy.
Let's put some on my finger here. Thank you.
Sure.
Lots of citruses. There's a very, so it does start out very citrusy and it gets very, very aromatic. There's lavender in here. So I'm just thinking it's like a citrus aromatic, maybe bordering a fougere, barbershop-y kind of a thing.
Feels like a summer, maybe spring, kind of a, not, this was before Acqua di Gio, but think about when Acqua di Gio launched and that sort of impression of...
but it's not aquatic, because Acqua di Gio is an aquatic, and this one has no aquatic touches. This is pre-aquatic, I think.
But it has that similar...
You think?
Bright... No, you're right. This is more citrus and more... But it does have a watery impression. It's not aquatic at all, but it has a watery kind of a feel to it. It's delicious.
Anyway,
Water, not watery as in watered down, watery as in
This is so good.
a day at the really beautifully maintained
But it gets into like a tobacco
water park.
tobacco.
Not water park, pool, something.
You smell pool?
Floral though as well. Maybe that's the tobacco.
I'm getting
flower.
tobacco. It's so nice. This is pre Versace Dreamer, by the way. This one is no longer made.
No, sadly.
But man, this is so good.
It looks so, yeah, this is like that late 80s, early 90s kind of like Linda Evangelista moment. But it wasn't a moment, it was a decade, but yeah.
So the next one I'm going to talk about is Montana Homme from Claude Montana. Now, he was a designer that kind of was... I don't think he makes fragrances or clothing anymore. But this is one that I wore that I really, really love. This bottle reminds me of Paloma Picasso's Minotaur bottle as far as the indentations in the bottle. But it's complete other bottle.
It reminds me of Lex Luthor's Ice Cave in the Christopher Reeves Superman series.
Ah, it also looks to me like Art Deco building or something.
Yeah.
But this one's a very fresh, very, very fresh and green aromatic fragrance. Really, really love this one.
Very healthy spray.
Me spray? Mmm. There's something like oak mossy under there too, because it's a little bit on the creamy side. It's like very, very creamy and luscious.
Bright and green. There's a recent release by Comme des Garçons called Serpentine that has a similar kind of greenness to it. But it's...
oh my god, that smells good on you.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's fresh. It's bright. It's not... I thought all of these were super, super masculine, but it turns out that apparently I can wear this one.
Do you think you could wear any? Most
I could
of these?
wear that. I could wear that.
You know you love that one.
I love that one.
You're a Pacho.
As previously noted. Guilty.
Anyway, that's Claude Montana.
That's really good.
If you guys know anything about this designer, I don't think he's making clothes anymore, but maybe he has.
It almost has a little bit of like a like Sprite or 7-Up or not.
Is it fizzy?
Not them specifically, but like an off-brand of lemon lime soda. Not off-brand. No offense to whatever brands. Generic. You know, like the whatever at the Costco where it's like the soda, but it's some other. I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It smells kind of like that.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lemon lime sort of.
It's a 7-Up.
Fresca or something. Yes.
Fresca. All right, this next one is from the house of Gianfranco Ferré, designer from Italy, who also died. So I don't think
he really wants you to know that it's for men.
Does it say for men?
It's just the one.
It's Gianfranco Ferré for man.
Just one man.
So this one doesn't have a cap, but look at the bottle. And this one, I think, to me, smells the most of oak moss and animalic-y kind of... I'm going to spray it right over here. There you go. This one actually smells kind of going into the
yeah,
Kouros kind of direction.
Oh, yeah. Excellent call. Oh, you don't need... I got it. I mean, thank you. Absolutely good call.
Yeah.
Totally right.
But I thought this one came out in the mid-90s, but maybe I could be wrong with the dates. If you guys know, let me know. But I think this is when this came out, and I was obsessed with it then.
But it has that kind of incensey but barbershop kind of thing that Kouros does. I could wear this one too.
You could?
Well, I have Kouros.
You do?
That's great on you. Delightful.
Yeah. Great memories with these fragrances, guys.
You did very well.
Really?
Yes.
Let me show them the last one.
Is there just one more?
There's one more.
Sad that we're nearing the end of this adventure.
We'll have to do more vintage.
Twist my arm.
All right, this next one is a flanker to the very original late 80s launch of YSL's Jazz. This is Live Jazz. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. Came out in the late 90s. I believe, if I'm mistaken with the timeline of these fragrances, please put a comment down. But this is an update to that original aromatic, citrusy, spicy fragrance, and they've actually amped up the citruses. And since this is a citrus bomb, it smells awesome as it is. It's like... It's still... How about right here?
Kind of a little bit of a eau sauvage, but like old eau sauvage.
It smells very good.
It's quite lovely.
Oh my god.
The bottle is a trip.
I love that bottle. That bottle. For me, bottles are one of the most the things that catch me first. Because if it doesn't have a good bottle, I'm not going to go near it.
Right, unless you're like, it's the only store and you don't feel like going anywhere else and you're going to smell everything in the store. But you do eat with your eyes first.
Yeah, you
shop
do.
with your
That's
eyes.
the term. I was looking for that term.
I have psychic powers.
Yeah.
Oh, not psychic, telepathic.
Really? Is that what it is?
No.
So, now that we've spoken about all these fragrances, YSL doesn't make great fragrances like this anymore, guys. They do not. This is fantastic right here. Amazing stuff. So, how would you rank this list?
I have no idea.
What's your...
well, because they're not in
There's
a
6
theme.
of them.
They're not in a theme. It's not like they are all fresh or they're all green or they're all patchouli or they're not... they're not for the same purpose. Some of them are more masculine than others, but all of them are wearable. Like none of them are like so beast mode that I can't handle it, or so animalic that I can't handle it, or like so cumin that I'm like crying. Like all of them are...
Yeah, we didn't get any cumin this time.
Yes.
No cumin.
No, but like this, amazing. This, amazing. Really nice on me. Kind of, I don't think I can handle the bottle, but like I kind of love it. If I didn't already have similar things, but like maybe I'll go.
All right, so let's go. Let's put it together. So
no, don't make me.
What's
choose.
your sixth favorite? So I knew you were gonna go with that one. This is her 6th favorite. So the KL Homme from Karl Lagerfeld. Why?
It's the least
exciting,
distinctive.
Okay.
But it's nice. But like, generally speaking, when I put on a fragrance, I don't want to think about like, oh, furniture polish, but it doesn't smell like furniture polish, but it's like, it's got that same kind of orange note.
Yeah, because they do make orange flavored
but it's like, it's my
polish.
own association. Like, I feel like, just don't be mad at him. This is me. And
okay, what's number 5?
Oh.
I'm gonna make you do it because I'm gonna do it too. Tough. Dun, 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 dun,
It is a little bit.
Dun, dun.
You have to choose between those two.
No, I'm gonna let you choose.
I know, you have to choose between those two.
I'm gonna pick the YSL for you.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Why?
It's delicious, but it made me think of Eau Sauvage. So it's kind of the same reason, where it's like, not current Eau Sauvage, previous Eau Sauvage, which is excellent, but there's already Eau Sauvage.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Otherwise,
and it came out 30 years prior to this. 60s versus 90s. So the number 4th one she picked, VERSACE by Versace.
yeah, it's good. It's really good.
So number 2 and 3. I know what your number 1 is, but what's number 2 and 3?
I know I'm gonna pick this one.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick this one for number 3 because it reminds me of Kouros.
Okay.
And
so this is number 2.
That's number 2 because I
Wow.
really like it, and it's a really unexpected green.
Okay.
And it still smells nice on me, which is always such a pleasant surprise.
Let me smell. Ooh.
Right?
Do you get rose? I'm getting rose now. Green rose.
I'm still getting kind of 7-Up, but in a maybe in a floral way.
Interesting.
Floral 7-Up. But good.
Rose drenched with 7-Up. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. The rose might just be me.
So number 1?
Yeah, that one's wow.
This is a very highly respected fragrance. I think fans of this really love this one.
That's just, it's like, dare I put it in the Shalimar? Like, it's classic. It should be in like a book of.
Sadly, it's only a 30 ml. That's all he had.
Well,
he had like 8 or 7 or 8 bottles of these in 30 ml.
We'll just have to go back and get more.
I don't think I need to get more. I think this is going to be treasured. So if I had to do this list, here's how I would do it. My number...
it's hard.
My number 6 is the GIANFRANCO FERRE.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
My number 5 is the Montana.
I like that one.
My number 3 is KL Homme.
I like that one.
My number 2 is the YSL.
I like that one.
My number 1 is this one. Hey, we agreed on 1!
Didn't you skip this?
I did?
Didn't you? Did you forget Versace?
Oh, shit.
I think you did.
Okay, so number 6.
6.
Number 5.
Yes.
Number 4.
Better.
Number 3.
Really? Number 3.
Number 2. Number 1. We agree.
I guess at a certain point.
This is the one I went really crazy over.
It's amazing.
And the other cool thing is I took a bunch of photos of other fragrances that if I had spent a lot more money I would have picked up, and I'm gonna cut those in. But there was a NEMO by CACHAREL. That
crazy bottle that you like.
Yeah, it's like a space
a fidget spinner or something.
Yeah. There's a few others. The original Bal à Versailles. Very good. Oh my god, it smells nothing like the one I bought recently.
Right.
Amazing. Chanel number 18 or
22?
Yeah, it was in the 20s, I think. He had the eau de toilette. They only make the eau de parfum now. I smelled it. I sprayed it on. Amazing, amazing, amazing. A bunch of other fragrances that I smelled there. And I like I said, I would have, if I had a lot of money to just spend, I would have bought all of them. But this is what I ended up with. This was.
How much time did you spend there, would you say? Like from when you discovered it and like walked in the door?
I was there for about an hour and a half.
Lovely.
An hour and a half. And I was the only one there for an hour and a half. Nobody else came in. Because I don't think anybody likes vintage perfumes. I mean, he says he sells Creed and other things like that.
Geez.
But
that's not. But wow.
He did have one bottle of Midnight Poison, which I've been wanting to get. And it was an open bottle. It was used, and I didn't pick that up. But I love Midnight Poison.
I've been hearing about Midnight Poison for at least a year. The Hunt.
Yeah.
Hunt for the Red.
It's the one with patchouli and rose. It's the Midnight Poison that was discontinued so quickly, sadly.
We'll find it.
We'll find it. All right, guys. You have any questions or comments with these fragrances? Do you like them? Have you tried them? I don't know if you're young or old watching here. Like I said, somebody recently did comment and mention this fragrance, and here it is. I have a bottle now. But let me know your thoughts on these fragrances, and also if you are fans of fragrances from yesteryear, what are your favorites? Let us know.
I just got a beautiful like waft of the Balenciaga.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. And I think, oh, I'm bleeding. What the fuck? I'm bleeding.
Yeah, get,
What? Thank you.
Welcome.
What happened?
I don't know, but you really are.
Weird. Okay.
I could be like your Rasputin. You could be the...
My Rasputin.
Oh my god, I freaking love that song. How do you know about Boney M?
I'm the biggest Boney M fan.
No, you're not.
Come on.
You're not, you can't be.
In Lebanon, we listen to Boney M. Rasputin, Ma Baker. Those are my favorite songs. Boney M is...
You seen the music video?
Of course. This was a band that my whole family loved.
Because they're hilarious.
Yes.
Yes. Both that.
So it was Ma Baker, it was Rasputin, and what's the other one?
Didn't they do
You're
like
crazy
a Christmas
like
album?
a fool.
They had a Christmas album.
Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool is the other one.
Okay.
They had a crazy... Yeah. Anyway.
Russia's Greatest Love Machine.